The girl had pretended to be blind for 3 years to save her own life. Until her engagement day, she decided to tell her fiancé that she wasn't truly blind, for he had always treated her with sincere kindness. However, the maid reported that her family had sent her fiancé a concubine, the niece of the crown princess. The girl realized they were using this to pressure her to join the crown prince's faction. Even so, she still wanted to verify her fiancé's choice in person. As she went to the estate, she unexpectedly encountered a prince. He was known as a playboy and the emperor's most favored son. The girl immediately grew nervous, afraid he would see through her pretense of blindness. Meanwhile, the prince noticed the beautiful girl. He saw her heading to her fiancé's room and guessed she was already caught in factional struggles. Out of curiosity, he quietly approached the room to eavesdrop on their conversation. The girl asked her fiancé if he intended to accept the concubine, but the fiancé seriously explained that he had already refused. He then raised his hand, swearing he would love only her his whole life and never take a concubine. Hearing this, the girl finally felt relieved. Just as she was about to reveal her secret, she saw a woman's hands touch her fiancé from behind. The concubine boldly hugged him, thinking the girl couldn't see. At the same time, the girl immediately forced herself to calm down. Then she said she heard another woman's breathing. The fiancé immediately covered the concubine's mouth, claiming it was the wind outside. But she reached out as if to touch the concubine's hair, making them extremely tense. At the last moment, the girl changed direction and touched her fiancé's collar instead. She reminded him to dress warmly, then left. Once she was gone, the fiancé and the concubine grew bold again. He admitted he had married the girl only to seize her family's wealth. When that was done, he planned to divorce her and make the concubine his legal wife. Unbeknownst to them, the girl hadn't left, and she heard everything clearly outside the door. The prince looked at her with concern, but to his surprise, the girl suddenly returned to the room. The fiancé instinctively straightened his clothes. However, the girl only reminded him to see the doctor on time. Only then could his health issue be cured, and their marriage would be happier. She left once more, but the fiancé felt deeply uneasy due to her words. He hurried to reassure the concubine that he was in perfect health. To prove it, he leaned in to kiss her. At that moment, there was noise outside the door again. The girl was startled by the prince who suddenly appeared. He held and hid her in a corner. The next second, the fiancé rushed out to check the noise. The girl worried that if he found her with another man, she wouldn't be able to break off the engagement. The prince sensed her anxiety, but he deliberately called out her fiancé's name. The girl had to raise her hand to stop him. Little did she know, her act made the prince start to suspect she wasn't blind.